Hello and welcome to edumate.tv. I'm CHETAN SHARMA. We learn to live and live to learn in what has turned out to be an unprecedented situation, an unprecedented pandemic, with history being written across the geography of Mother Earth. And a minor virus has created a major catastrophe, making each and every one of us rewind, rethink, reboot, re-strategize before we rebuild a new future, a new normal. In the world of education, particularly higher education, if there's one trait that's required to overcome the challenges, find out solutions, and not just that, create opportunities, it's got to be our very special WISE Chancellor. Well, today we have with us a very special guest, Dr. Raikar, who's joining us from Kolhapur, and he's heading the Sanjay Ghodawat University. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
Tell us what has been your experience in this very challenging environment.
Now, because of this corona pandemic, the students are not coming to the college, and we have to take care of the students, especially in effective teaching learning process. But now this is a challenge. It's an opportunity, come a challenge also. I can consider this is an opportunity. I can challenge into an opportunity. How to take care of my students with respect to knowledge dissemination, knowledge application, and knowledge creation. In this direction, usage of ICT to take care of all this teaching learning process effective. That's my challenge as on today. So this is the challenge I'm enjoying because I could make use of the technology to take care of all the issues regarding teaching learning process to make it the effective one.
But within that on-right system, there will be a couple of challenges which I could foresee, Dr. Raikar. One would be, of course, training the teachers to be able to teach online. And secondly, most important, would be the digital connectivity. How are you overcoming both these facets?
In the epidemic only, we came to know the importance of online education. Otherwise, other countries already using online education very effectively. I think the blended mode of teaching learning process is the need of the hour. That is one thing. Second one is, how to make this our knowledge dissemination more effective. Because nowadays, what is happening in India during this corona pandemic issue, all are bombarding e-materials to the students through via internet or via online education. What is the effectiveness of it? That is the most important. So I think the most important in today's arena is how I can make a learning process a student-centric. Whether are they capable of learning whatever we are sending or bombarding the e-materials. I think that is the thing we have to take care of it. I think in this connection we can use more of virtual labs concepts. The case study approach. Third one is experience learning, project-based learning through online. If you make it this one, I think it will be more effective. That is one thing challenge. I think the challenge is to make our teachers effective, especially for online teaching process. Further, the training is most important. So in this connection, we have been training our teachers to make this online training, more effective. I think the future are today only the what we call cobots. I think cobots will be the common things in future. That means using robots for teaching learning process with the help of teacher is called a cobots. I think hybrid model with the apt, I can use word. So 70-30% online. Suddenly a person cannot go traditional education to totally 100% online educations because students also not habituated, and we teachers also never. And I can say this sort of online education is leading towards internationalization of higher education. That's the beauty part of it. I think today's new education policy and how to make the online education effective and teachers training, making the online education effective, and students are also to be trained how they can get the information from different areas. I think these are the challenges, one part of it. Next challenge in higher education is because we send the students for internships, because the industry is also not taking the students for industrial training and all. Now the time has come for us to make online internship. That is one part of it. And second one is also campus interview. How students can go for an interview without visiting the HR people. That is also again online. That is AI based online placement activity. So these are the challenges, for our higher educations.
Your entire approach seems to be very positive and futuristic and making it very impressive. Now, in context of that, the two things I'd like to know. First of all, you highlighted the challenges. How successful has the Sanjay Ghodawat University been in overcoming those challenges? and how encouraging has been the response from the students and the admissions this time around?
This Sanjay Ghodawat University is recently started in the year 2017-18. We are 3 years old. Earlier, it was an institute. 2009, we started an institution called Sanjay Ghodawat Group of Institution. After 7 years of our inception, we converted this existing institution into university. During those days, 2009, when you started, we were only having 2 programs, engineering and management. Now, along with engineering and management, we added different schools like School of Commerce, Management, School of Liberal Arts, School of Pharmacy, School of Architecture, School of Science. Because because why we have gone for university, I think you asked a very good question, Chetanji, that because to have a holistic personality of any humankind, he should know, other subjects also. That's nothing but a transdisciplinary approach. That's one thing. Because of this number of schools in the university, the research is better. Second thing is, university, because of this holistic university, I'm getting students from different parts of India. That's one thing. Because because you told now the NEP, how you are aligning, the NEP's more focus is on major and minor subjects. A boy, especially doing engineering in mechanical engineering, he can take music as a optional subjects. So I think in our university, what happens, because of the number of schools, liberal arts students can take on mechanical subjects, or a school of science students can take up emerging technology like AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning as a minor subject. I think this is the one challenge for me in the inception only. Now this NAP is making me my dreams true. It takes care of a skill set is to be developed among the students community, because we Indians are very good in knowledge dissemination. I told you, we are very not that much good in knowledge creation and knowledge application. That's one part. Second one, the skill set, that the competence-based learning with the proper learning outcomes is the need of the hour. I think this NEP is taking care of proper outcomes, or the competence-based learning process is taking care. That's one thing. And also it takes care of critical thinking, the attitudes and other values and societal concerns. I think this is good for our country. I think so. Long back we were the gurus for other countries. I think the time has come in the coming days. Will be the guru to other countries.
The fact that I also gauge that you're not just a great teacher, also a great learner, because before setting up the university, you took your lessons from other, organizations and luminaries. So tell us, what is the vision for Sanjay Ghodawat University, given that you're up to date with technology and the need?
We want to recognize as an internationally global university with a value-based quality education through knowledge dissemination, knowledge creation, and for the betterment of mankind. This is my vision of the university.
Tell us a little bit more about Dr. Raikar. What makes you so futuristic in your approach? Talk us through your career.
I am a very humble and kind person, and always I am a very ambitious man. Wherever I work, because I am already now finished 35 years of experience in my teaching field. Wherever I go, I work by heart, not to please the boss of the university or the chairman of the university. That's first thing. Second one, always I respect the people. I am a very good human being. The humanity I'm having, I always motivate the people to extract the work. It is a democratic way of approach. Third one, is a learning process. A leader should learn every day. So he has to learn till his last breath. And fourth one, learning from others. Like this is called innovation in my language. If there are good practices are there in other university, I want to learn and imbibe or implement in my university. That is one thing. And also I want to have a ambitious, making my university one of the globalized level university. With that, I got a lot of collaboration. Today, collaboration, tie-up, and interaction with the external world is the need of the hour.
The thoughts which you've invoked and the thoughts which you carry are highly futuristic, which makes us feel safe that this country is not going to fall prey to a digital divide or to a divide between India and Bharat. There will be democracy and equanimity of education, to all areas and stratas of this country. So thank you. It's really, very praiseworthy the way you think and the way you approach the subject. Thus far. Now, the approach has been also very variant from the government, because education is a concurrent subject. which means it involves the state government as well as the central government. You've heard the new education policy. And do you think this will put to rest all the angst that was there in the system before? Because, you know, we'd had a state of confusion before this. And there had been an uprising, conflicting views coming in from the state government, conflicting views coming from the central government, the Supreme Court, and then the lobbies from the parents' body against online education. The students had their own opinion about this. Do you think that this has been a policy which will put to rest all the warring factions, so to speak?
See, now if you go in depth regarding the national education policy, there is not that much difference are there. I don't know, because see, the UGC, the apex body of government of India, has given an autonomy to the universities, correct? They can develop their own curriculum, they can have their minor, majors, those already there. I think there is not a lot of differences between the today's policy and the or yesterday's policy. Not differences are there. I think people, without knowing the policy, they only talk too much. If you go through that 101 pages of the new education policy, because here the focus in the NEP is more on, again I am repeating the word called transdisciplinary approach. Again I will repeat it, that is the thing neglected, because a boy is doing engineering. What we have been doing in engineering last so many years, we teach only engineering. If a boy of engineering students is interested in liberal arts or in painting or music, he will be given a chance to get the credit. I think a lot of differences are not there. It is a Gurukul system, because the skill set are to be imbibed among the students community. It is focusing more on personalized learning. What we talk on Chetanji, we learn online learning. We hardly take care of personalized learning.
Right.
We are taking care of personalized learning.
If it is not too much of difference, A, why should you have a new education policy? And B, are we just saying that it's the old wine in a new bottle? How would you then term it, apart from the interdisciplinary aspect?
We had a system plus 10 plus 2 plus 4, you know that, engineering. If it is a BCom, it is a 10 plus 2 plus 3. Now what they have done, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. All the graduates programs will be having 4 years program, 4 years duration. Even BCom, BA also 4 years. Okay. Now up to 12th, we used to study by heart the things which is required for the examination. As on today, up to 12th standard. If you want to go to engineering, you used to by heart physics, chemistry, math. Now this policy takes care, after 6th standard, he can go for vocational training. During 8th standard high school, he can opt subject whichever he is interested. It's a need of the hour. Otherwise, yesterday we have to study 12 up to 12, whatever subject prescribed by the state board. But in this policy, after 8th standard, during 8th, 9th, 10th, if he can take whatever the subject of his interest. So that is the new things in this policy. That is one thing. Then, a mechanical engineering, learning 80% or 70% which are not required for his career. So that will be obsolescence, that the subject reduction in the curriculum, and focus more on, the experience learning, project based, that was there in some institutions. The focus, the autonomy will be given to the institution, because every day used to be monitored by the UGC, Council of Architecture, Pharmacy Council. I think there is a flexibility, and also to hear a scope for improve the skill set of the student, which all depends, Chetan, you are rightly told, it all depends on the education institutions which are headed by the people. See, now the new policy, all the leaders of higher education system will be headed by teachers only. Because I'll tell you, the ISRO is headed by scientists. That's why we could launch a number of satellites. If it would have been headed by bureaucrats, what would have been the fate of the ISRO? I think the higher education, the implication, the implementation, the outcome will not be told within 1 month. It will take its own time. So any outcome, you have to observe and implement and have some patience. I think as per my knowledge, I think policy is the need of the hour. Because earlier days, the Nalanda, Takshashila, why they were big, why other countries used to come to India? Because they have focused on personalized learning. So I think the time has come to other. That's the reason, we produce engineers, pharmacists, architects, but there's no placement, because whatever the global competitions required, we're unable to give them. I think this sort of NEP focusing more on skill than the knowledge, because today knowledge dissemination is out of the question. Any boy can, knowledge can be assimilated through so many different modes.
I'd like you, in light of what you've experienced yourself, being a great learner and a great teacher, also what you've heard in terms of the changes, the formal changes in the new education policy, what would be your advice to the four sections of our education ecosphere. A, the student, B, the parent, C, the teacher, and fourth, your fellow Vice Chancellor.
See, with respect to NEP, if you want to implement in your state or in your institution or in your university, first and foremost, you should do the SWOT analysis. What you are having first. Whether I can give this course as a minor or major. First thing you must know it. And if you want to, and also you have to see the local needs. That is called a globalization. Global plus local called globalization. I think this is the need of the hour. You have to take care of the issues or the problems and the requirements of the local people with respect to the global standards. That is the thing we have to do it. Then involve the teachers and students in that SWOT analysis. What are the courses, what are the minors you would like to course, whether you got a human resource, whether you got an infrastructure, whether you got the experts to teach them those things, that is one thing. And also the tie-up with the industry, tie up with the NGOs, tie up with the government agency to take care whether I am capable of giving those sorts of skill set or not, that's one thing. And third one, if I produce the skill set or the skilled manpower, whether they can get employable or not. If I simply put the skilled people, 100 plumbers, 100 welders, what if I won't give the placement? What is the use of it? I think the collaboration, tie-up, interaction with the parents and the local village or the community requirement and societal needs, based upon that, if I could develop a good curriculum and take the students and do the employability along with the proper values and ethics and also be a good citizen of the country, I think that university will flourish. I think in this new education policy, there is a freedom for the education institution to take care of, different courses, the programs, modules, but the teachers should be very cautious or the institution should be very cautious whether they can give a quality education. That is the one of the, vision statement of new education policy, quality education. If I am having good quality, the students will come.
That exactly what you mentioned, the brainstorming between all the stakeholders of the education ecosystem is what Edumate TV does, and that's what we stand for. Dr. Raikar, your thoughts, your words, your action, each of them have been practical, they've been purposeful, they've been positive, and most importantly, they've been progressive. And I salute you them for being our Vice Chancellor. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I am very thankful, Chetan ji, because you have given me opportunity to interact with a great person like you. And I think you also very good knowledge about all the higher education policies. And I wish you all the best for the TV. And I am once again thankful you people that you have given me a good big opportunity to interact with the TV people, because today media is very important. Without media, things are not happening properly. Because in the corona time, media has taken a very important role, to give the plus and shortcomings of the government. Really, I am hats off to the media people, and I wish you all the best for you and your TV people, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.